Well, President Obama tonight is backing away from one of his key promises during the presidential campaign: Buy American. President Obama apparently is now caving into pressure from special interest groups and even foreign governments who want to gut the Buy American provision from the stimulus legislation now in the Senate. Bill Tucker with our report.
On the campaign trail, candidate Obama was very concerned about the American worker. Now that he's in the White House, President Obama suddenly appears concerned about appearing protectionist. With some exceptions, the House-passed stimulus bill says that all steel and iron used for bailout work projects must be American-made. The White House says they're open to different wording.
The balance he wants to strike is to continue to get our economy going without unnecessarily starting something with trading partners all over the world and global partners that will hinder getting our economy moving again.
Other countries are pressuring the White House, including threats to file a complaint with the World Trade Organization if the provision passes. Last year, out on the presidential campaign trail, then Senator Obama attacked his opponent, Senator McCain, for being opposed to buying American-made motorcycles for the Secret Service. No protectionist worries then. Perhaps the president is also listening to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce now. The latest letter from the chamber to congressional leadership is signed by 100 companies, many of which are not American, and warns of pending trade wars. The much smaller trade group, Alliance for American Manufacturing, has its own message for Congress and the president.
The fact is that countries around the world have domestic sourcing requirements. They have them in the European Union. They have them in Canada. They have them in Asia. There's not going to be any American steel that goes into a single Chinese rail project that's contemplated in the Chinese stimulus plan.
Buy American provisions have been a part of government procurement contracts since at least 1933. One key Democrat in the Senate is promising they will continue.
We're going to see these Buy American provisions strengthened in the Senate version of the stimulus package. We're going to see that included in the bill that ultimately goes to the president. We're going to see the president sign it.
And those provisions, as they've always been, will be trade agreement compliant, says Senator Brown. Now, we, of course, will continue to follow this issue and let you know if the Buy American provisions are removed. We have reported this before, but it is worth repeating again. There have been no trade wars as the result of any Buy American provisions. Buy American provisions, Lou, which I should point out, President Obama, then the candidate, called plain common sense back when he was campaigning to be our president.
He said it very clearly in the campaign. He said it is not protectionism, it is common sense. Right. And today, last night more accurately, he's talking about protectionism. This is a disappointing reversal on the part of this president on an issue critically important to many of those who supported him, many of those who voted for him. It's critically important. If this president hasn't the courage and the principle to back up what he said during the campaign, then on this issue, we are more than witnessing a flip-flop by a president. We're watching this nation actually be put into great jeopardy because it means that we're on a path to simply turning over the keys to the European Union, which, as you report, already has its own subsidies and its own support, and to the World Trade Organization as a superior organization to that of our laws, our sovereign laws in this sovereign nation. It's insane what they're doing. And the mealy-mouth parsing here is, well, it's unbecoming, and I have to tell you, frankly, it is so unlike what I think any of us expected from this president. Certainly the American working man and woman who depends on leadership for their own protection, and that's not protectionism. No. Bill Tucker, thank you very much.